Hello there, I am Minefiend, this is the Secret World MMO, and this young lady here is Little Boo. Say hi, Little Boo. Hi. Yeah, we've just got the Punisher's outfit, which was a bit of a nice treat, really. I like that outfit. It's appropriate, I think, for a tank. Really, I like the look of it, and it will certainly do until we can get the better ones. Now, this episode we're not going to do a mission. We're going to do we're going to answer some questions, and we're going to go and buy the Sprint 2, because if you look on the character sheet, we don't need the dressing room, faction and battle rank. We went up to Templar rank 2. We're rank 2 in the Templars now, and the reward we got was we can buy Sprint 2 upgrade. Now that's going to be expensive, but we'll go and buy it. As you can see, we're a third of the way towards getting Templar rank 3. When we do that, we will have to go back to London again, but I think we'll still go and see London now. We've done a few missions and we'll have a change of pace. If you remember, we was given this Agartha conduit here. We was given it by the station master in Agartha when we came through on our way to Kingsmouth, and I want to show you this now. This I just adore this animation. This is just beautiful. Anywhere you want, you can use this to return to Agartha. You don't have to run like we're here now, where the merchants are. We don't have to run all the way back down here to the Agartha conduit. We can do this. You can only do it, I think it's once every half an hour. But watch this animation. This is something I think is just super cool, and I fell in love with when I saw it. So here we go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Just holds themselves up and transports back to Agartha. Now this place can get a little bit laggy because it's usually quite busy with players who are waiting for friends, standing around talking, doing something. I like your backpack, missus. But we're heading into London. We'll go and buy this Sprint upgrade because it will help us get around a little bit faster. Each upgrade just adds something like makes you move about 25% faster. And I don't use Sprint an awful lot because I do like to look at Kingsmouth. However, we're not going to be in Kingsmouth forever, and the next area we go to, the Savage Coast, has quite a lot of back roads and wild areas that we'll be running through. Yeah, let's go straight and buy this first of all. We'll go down to, see if I press X now and hold, I begin to move faster, I run faster. And the Sprint 2 will make us run faster than this. I can't remember how many of the... while we're here, I can't remember how many of the laws we picked up. And there is one that's down this passageway here. So let's just go and see. I think we might have been for it, but it's a bit difficult to tell. There's so many variations. So there's one down under these passageways here. Are you there at the end? Did we come and get it? No, we didn't. There's one. So let's use this law. And there are at least 2 others I want to collect while I'm here. The Templars. We were there the day they put the last Grand Master to the flame. Even as he crackled, Jacques de Malay shouted his orders innocence. He challenged the king and the pope to meet him at the throne of their god within the year. Soon after that, the people died, and soon after that, the pope died, and soon after that, the king died, and only 14 years later, the king's entire family line withered on the vine. That's a very dark moment from Templar history when he was framed by the Illuminati. As you can see here, this is on a cooldown now, 26 minutes 48 before we can use the Agartha conduit again. But that's one of the pieces of lore. There are two others, but we'll go and buy the sprint upgrade first before we go for those. I like these. This London is just great. Look at the red buses here. Buses are no longer like that in England, of course, but they are an iconic part of London, the same as the way as the black hansom cabs and the red London telephone boxes are. There's a black London hansom cab. If anybody didn't know, hansom cabs, which those are the hackney carriages. There's Temple Hall. Quite a big, imposing building. And I think if I'm right, the hackney carriages, you know, you'll see them in Victorian dramas, Sherlock Holmes set things where they'll ride in the hackney carriages, they'll get into a little black carriage and pulled along by horses. And if I'm right, which I think I am, they're called hackney carriages because hackney is a breed of horse, or type of horse. Right. We're now in Temple Hall. There's another lore to pick up. Buzzing. And we've collected all the buzzing now, that's the last one. You've seen a fragment of our grammar in the chaos patterns of bird flocks in flight, in hexagonal angles, in the graffiti bleeding together on the wall, in the bioluminescent eyes under your bed, in the fanged city skyline that forms a runic rhyme when glimpsed upside down. There's definitely a good bit of chaos conspiracy theory about upside down skylines, but that's something for you to find. An L, didn't we? Did we get the lore for collecting it all? The achievement. Yes, achievement, lore, general. Digging deeper. Collect all the lore in the buzzing, the filth, Gaia engines, the host, Agartha, the hell dimensions, the third age, dragon, Illuminati fish. So that you've got to basically get all the lore there. That'll take a bit of doing. Real effort. Now, the Crucible's over there. Sonac's office and the Crucible.
Aren't you a little short to be in the Templars?
Aren't you a little short to be in the Templars? Yes, I am short, actually. But this is who we've come to see, the Advanced Faction Fixer. So let's talk to her. First of all, have we got anything to repair? No. Have I got anything to sell? No. So I've got 139,861. Now, let's sort it by name. And as you can see, we can buy this. This is the green one, Quickened Anima. And when you hover over it, it says changes your speed increase when sprinting up to 62.5%. Does not stack with any prior sprint speed upgrades. So instead of going at the sprint 1, we'll be now going at the speed of sprint 2. So we're moving faster each time. But it's 100,000. It's an awful lot of money. The next one we'll be getting would be this one. and actually it's 500,000 and it only makes us move, what, 13% faster? Faster, but not a huge amount. Well, I mean, sometimes it's a case of what do you want to spend your money on. So let's buy this. And as you can see, it's not in our inventory or anything, it's straight in, there's a new menu. Is it shift? Oh, no, that's PvP. Is it Alt P? Nope. Shift P. Shift P, yes. You've got your pets here, and you've got your sprint. Let's see. Current sprint level now 2. Maximum speed is 162.5%. So we're moving 62.5% faster than we did before. These are extra sprints you can get. Like you can buy Fleet of Flame. Buy that from the item store. You can buy the Franken Chopper, which is the mount, or you can buy the athlete running animation from the item store. We're going to stick with the basics. Right, now let's find just a quiet spot over here, and we'll sit down. Now, I was asked by a good old gamer when episode 21 posted about the green miscellaneous categories. I had recorded all the next set of episodes up to here in one batch, so I couldn't answer them at the time other than in the comments, but now I'll show you. He wanted to know what these different ones do. So this top one, survivalism, it's all about really surviving, giving you heals and movements really. As you can see, turn the tables, a self heal that heals for 642. That's a very powerful heal. You can only do it every 35 seconds, but it's much better than having to keep relying on these bottles and everything to heal yourself. You've got things like Speed Freak, which increases your movement speed by 25% for 6 seconds, and it cleanses hindered and prevents you from being hindered during the duration, so you can't sort of be rooted to the spot or anything by while you're using that. We've got other passives here. Tenacity. Whenever you become impaired or hindered, you gain a heal over time effect that heals you for 32 every 5 seconds. And then the elite version of that is Last Resort. You become unable to act for 8 seconds. During this period you are invulnerable. That's very, very, very powerful. And are healed for 200 every second. This value is not affected by your healing power or any other healing increased effects. So survivalism is all about healing and moving. Good for certain types of characters. The next section we'll look at here is subversion. Subversion is sort of like for crowd control characters. It's about crowd control. It has certain things. It can mass confuse. It can confuse a single enemy. It can mass confuse a group of enemies. Misdirection. For the next 8 seconds, 50% of the hate enemies gain towards you is instead transferred as hate towards your defensive target. It's all about staying under the radar. There you go, under the radar. Because when you're in combat, enemies gain hate towards you as you do damage to them, etc, etc, which makes them want to attack you. And for instance, it's the tank's role to generate far more hate than anybody else, so that out of the group the creatures attack the tank, which will leave people like the healer, people like the DPS free to do their stuff unhindered or unattacked. And if the healer or the DPS does have some of these abilities, it's very useful. Like for instance here, whenever you critically hit or penetrate, you also make the target more likely to attack others instead of you by reducing its hit towards you by 400. So it's all about basically saying, don't attack me, attack him, attack somebody else, leave me alone. The subversion, but there's some very useful abilities. Not that useful for you to solo with. They're definitely not really a solo tech tree, this, because they're going to attack you regardless if there's only you there. It doesn't matter if you have a low hate, you're still the highest player there, hated player there. And then you come to this one, the turbulence, which is the exact opposite of this one. While this one is all about really reducing your hate and making it attack other people instead of you, turbulence is the tree for tanks. This particular agitator is one we're definitely going to make a beeline for at some point, because it increases the amount of hate enemies will gain towards you, making them more likely to attack you instead of others. Enemies will gain hate towards you at a 350% rate, which is wonderful. And it's all about this, like here, stoicism. If you use stoicism down here, you gain a beneficial effect that reduces the damage you take by 20% and causes enemies to gain hate towards you at 500% rates for 10 seconds. So you know, you can really keep the enemies focused on you with these abilities. There are mass provocation, which is an ability to make groups of monsters attack you instead, or single monsters attack you, and it's to pull them away from the weaker members, the members that need to be left to their own devices, like the healers and the DPS. So this is the tanking tech tree, really. Hammer, chaos and turbulence, fantastic for a tank. And that's basically it. The other ones, you know, they're all the different roles, the different weapons can combine to form any sorts of roles, really, that you want them to do. It's a wonderful system, really, very complex, and can take a long time to master and really get the best out of, but it's really worth it. As you're seeing, I'm having much more success with creatures now because I've learnt over the time of playing to pay a bit more attention to what I'm doing, using the right hits at the right time. I don't always do it right yet, I'm still a learner myself, but that's one of the things that we do, you know, and you get better and better, and they do begin to work. Now, did I talk to Sonic about everything? I can't remember whether I spoke to him about all the different things. I'll have to check. We will be coming back here when we gain the next level.
Oh, for pity's sake, tuck your shirt in. We have an image to uphold.
I'm not tucking my shirt in. Now over here there's
Hi there. What news from the Crusades? Yeah, I've always wanted to say that.
we've got the Temple Club. This is like a nice place for Templars to hang out. Beautiful, like the old-fashioned gentlemen's clubs, and I love the red walls and the plush red carpets in here. It's a really warm, relaxing atmosphere in here. Just a nice place to hang out, especially, you know, hang out with your friends and everything.
Hello.
And we have 3 people here you can talk to. I'll come back to these at a later date, but Mary Stewart, Catherine Stewart, Ian Tibbet Gladstone.
That reminds me.
I love that book.
But it's a nice building to explore and run around in. See some of the pictures. Look at the lovely.
Different in the fairy tales.
I would say they're probably more likely to be billiard tables than snooker tables, really, but You can play billiards or snooker on them, and the red cloth. Just really nice. I like London as well, almost as much as I like Kingsmouth. I like Kingsmouth because of the atmosphere, the foreboding, fog curling menacingly overhead, the zombies everywhere, here's the bank, the Draug all coming in from the sea and everything. And you can come here and open up and look at your bank vault where you can store items. You can buy items from other players that have put stuff on for sale. Let's have a look. Item type, for instance, weapon, subtype, hammers. And let's just look at rare ones. And you can see here all the different types of hammers and everything that you can buy. Expires in 3 days, and they want 500,000 Pax Romana for it, for this ancient Mayan spear, which, you know, heck of a lot more powerful than what we're using. And you can buy stuff off there. I'm not really keen on doing that, because I would rather find, earn, or even craft my own. Now, we did come into the park and we had a look at the park, but I didn't come up here and pick up this one, which is like on the stage, and players can perform, well, plays or whatever they want up here. Opening night. Transmit. Initiate the backstage bickering. Receive. Raise the red curtain. Ladies and gentlemen, initiate the tragical history from the secret quarters. Live from the Albion Ballroom Theatre. Witness opening night. Dramatis personae. Him in black and her in white. Professor Walland as Mephistopheles. Behemoth as the Duchess of Van Holt. The Ballets Russes as Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus as the barman in the back. The buzzing as the chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, as witness to the crazed spectacle, September 1935. And it's something that cabals can do, people can do. They can come on here and you can actually earn, I haven't got any yet, but they're called theatricals, which allows you, it gives you props to put on the stage, and different things that you can do if that's your thing. You know, it's a social game, a multiplayer, an online multiplayer, really. To a certain degree. You know, some people use it more than others. The post office is just the same as the bank. You can go in there and you can send letters to other players. You can access your vault and all that lot. There's Occam's razor. This is I just love that Occam's razor. If you know what Occam's razor is, you'll understand that it's fantastic. It's about this in this case. Of course, it's a barbershop. Allows you to change your hairstyle. There is a place in. There is a place in. Can I get up there? Never thought about that. Don't think so. There is a place in New York where you can go and get. Want to be able to get up there for that, don't we, at some point? Where you can go and get your appearance changed. Can I get to it from around here? And we will come here later. Oh, darn it. We will come here later and explore in here, because there will be a mission up here. But there's all sorts of hidden little details and places. Some poor soul's been living up here. Wonder if I can jump across there. There's actual a mission we'll get up here that we do for the detective we met the very first, when we very first entered London. She got us through the police barricades, if you remember. There will be a mission we do there for her up on all these routes. Templars. As you read these words, a scene unfolds. Close. An alley. A neon cross shines in the seedy Eden. A monster writhes, broken and bloody, on the pavement. Its teeth gnash. It looks up into the eyes of its assailant, and two crosses reflect back into the crucifixion glow. To pray devoutly, to pray mercilessly, the hands folded serenely drip with blood. Even monsters have bogeymen, sweetlings. Yes, monsters are hunted too. And if we drop down here, you will see someone on the floor there that this may well have been referring to. We'll find out. But it might not be an innocent there. It may well have been something far more sinister. There's somebody with one of the new sprint animations. Fleet of Flame. Is he going through there? See, that's something we'll deal with later. You can see he's using something. But one last thing I want to do in this episode, which is just like, as I say, we've just been doing random stuff, is I want to come around here and collect the lore over here. Remember this lore from when we first got here? I had a look at that. Now to get it I can come down here, I think. Can I get onto this? There we go. Now can I get up there? Oh, I always struggle with this law in all the ways. I know I can get up there. I definitely can, promise you. Just not when people are watching. Can you just sort of like close your eyes for a moment?
Gaia, oh, she's brilliant. Secret world.
There we go.
Terrific. Can I go now?
You got 20 gold, right?
Oh no, too far. Ooh. Oh, darn it. I'll turn to walking in it when I get up there. Come on. Oh. This is platforming worthy of my friend Narlo.
Are you in league with the deep ones?
Can't believe it. That's how you get. That's how I can get up there. Come on, come on, come on. Right. Stay. Right. Thank you. Ah, that's a lot harder than it should have been. Still, wouldn't do if we did everything nice and easily, would it? Ancient mysteries. The crossed ones, the Holy Grail keepers, protectors of Solomon's temple, wealthy fraternities, solemn oaths, The Templars, a familiar name, but truths huddle more deeply in time than books are willing to confess. We came to them in Mesopotamia. They heard the electromagnetic singing of insect cherubs. The Tower of Babel commanded maximum reception. Commands. The past tense is a lie. The tree flesh text transmit. In dead letters, the tower fell. Do not believe. Again, as with all things, the bees, sometimes you can pick out meaning in what it says. Sometimes you need to do you need to have a bit more experience at it.
They expelled me from Innsmouth, and I woke up here.
Yes. The things for sale in this shop. Right. Now, as I said, we will come back to London. There are things we can do here. Quest there, like for Mama Bina. And all that lot. But for now, I'll get back to Kingsmouth. And I'll do 2 very quick quests for the next episodes. Just to balance out this random bit of general play. So we'll go through Agartha, get back to Kingsmouth. We've got at least 4 more very quick and easy, well, 4 more side quests to do, 2 of which are quick and easy. Let's come down here. You can, as I mentioned before, dodge the warp gates here. You don't have to go down the... Oh, I didn't realise that was up there. I do apologise. You can go round them and run along the edge, but I'm not going to. Let's head here into Kingsmouth. Yes. And this time we'll take advantage of our sprint too. Let's go down. Oh, hang on. Something else I want to do while I'm here. Let's get it all out of the way in this mission. Is that we didn't get a chance to talk to Boone before. Let's talk to him and see what he has to say about things. Can you tell me something about yourself, Boone?
I come from the South. The real old South. My partner Wolf and I ride for a higher authority. When you need to know us, you'll know us. You got a whole lot to learn about the secret world first, kid. And when you're all learned up, then you gotta understand what you learned.
And when you're all learned up, then you've got to understand what you learned. His partner Wolf and he ride for a higher authority.
Kinda like peeling the layers off an onion. Probably be as much weeping involved too, won't lie to you. Won't talk down to you neither. You and me, we're the same. I'm just a little more experienced is all. And experience don't count for much these days. We've been stretched out thin as gauze. We need all the cool heads and steady hands we can get. Thought I had a measure of the absolute darkness in this world. The darkness waiting its turn, patient as all hell to come through. Turns out I was wrong. So, guess we both got some learning to do.
We do. Is there anything you can tell me about Solomon Island?
Too much going wrong for such a little island. But this is how it always starts. As I've borne witness more times than I care to remember. Begins with a single act. Usually someone being damn stupid, damn greedy, or both. Let me tell you, kid, that kind is the worst kind. Then it just piles on and piles on. And once that cellar door's open, Ain't no one wedging the damn thing shut again. You won't find ordinary people in a place like Solomon Island. They've all been touched. Because, see, here's the thing about the secret world. It's the kind of secret that spreads. The kind that sticks. Hell, that's how myth and legend got going. On a whisper. Passed door to door, gone viral. Mighty dangerous things to get into people's heads. That's why most myths are 99% warning. Yeah, about as effective as the ones they slap on a packet of smokes. It's a big storm that can reach all the way from New England to the Old One. Storm of the century. Gotta say, it's an impressive sight. The army of the Templars on the march. So's a herd of buffalo. And you don't want to find yourself standing in front of one of those. Or be riding with them when they go over a cliff, neither. It's good work you do. And proud. But that can make for a blinkered combination.
I really like that analogy there. You know, you don't want to get in front of the Templars on the march, just like you don't want to get in front of a herd of buffalo, but they can go the wrong way and take a fall. And he mentions how, you know, blinkered and proud can be a bad combination. What else can you tell me about the Templars?
Get you all tangled up in trying to prove you're prouder and more good than the next guy. You think your bosses would have sent you special delivery if it didn't kick dirt on the Illuminati shoes? You listen, kid. I ain't here to pass no judgment. Just find the measure of yourself. And if it should match up with the company you keep, well then, I tip my hat to you. Society is what keeps us apart from the dark.
There we go. He's quite a wise character, is Boone. He does mention his partner Wolf. Right, let's get the sprint 2 active. Sprinting 2. And we'll head back to the police station. Been a bit of a segue this episode, but it's nice every now and again to sit back and just experience the world, and that sprinting 2 will help us when we go further afield from the town and the police station itself. Let's just have a look over here. Can never resist just coming out to have a quick run to see if Mr. Freezy is anywhere around here. So unlikely to find him. Nope. So we'll get back, actually, rather than get back, let's go to where we're going quickly, because I'm going to record the next one more or less straight away. We're going to go down through Kingsmouth here, out to the park where we confronted the Revenant, if you remember. Let's get that way. And there's a mission we can do over here, and I'll just stop here and end the episode here, and then we'll be doing Cleaner's Corpse for the next one, I think. No, we have to come back this way. We'll go over that way. We'll go that way. So I'll say, I've been Mindfiend, you guys have been wonderful, bye for now.